I don't mean to put it on your nose, but it's clear how my baby's running this the block cause you fear what you do to you if you get dirty hands and veneer. What you do, what she is, little boy, I tell you this. If baby wants sit, she can sit. If baby says lit, it's lit. Got your bank account and that cute. If she said it loud, it's the truth. If baby wanna ride, she can ride. Baby needs some time, she got time. Got your bank account and that cute. She can make it count, how about you? She would put you in the bag, wouldn't even need a planet. If she wanted, she a magnet. They should let her name a planet. Everything she drop like Corona, viral, make the world start over like I own her. She ain't about to set, but they really wanna throne her. Listen, she like bass, she like Hover. Self-employed, moving paper better than some Billy Boy. Made a choice on the regular, she bring a milli home. Click my phone, get my ass up, get a dinner going. Watch she out there, making sure that you all know. Baby wants sit, she can sit. Baby says lit, it's lit. Got your blank account and that cute. If she said loud, it's the truth. If baby wanna ride, she can ride. Baby needs some time, she got time. Got your bank account and that cute. She can make it count, how about you? She be always making money. If it's raining, if it's sunny, she make time and call me honey every day. Drop a couple bands on the click, then you pay. Then a couple more on the tip, baby saves. Body's just the everyday, imagine holiday. If I get the 50 cents, she get me holiday. Signing with the fly, if you meet her, know it's true. So if she ever asks you, you know that baby wants sit, she can sit. Baby says lit, it's lit. Got your black account and that cute. If she said loud, it's the truth. If baby wanna ride, she can ride. Baby needs some time, she got time. Got your bank account and that cute. She can make it count, how about you?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Unapologetic with Mandrell. I'm Mandrell. And Shushu. This is Shushu, my younger sister.
Your younger sister.
My biological younger sister. Yeah, that's true. And my only sister. And only sibling, too.
Yeah.
I got to talk to Mama. I think they messed up. I needed another one.
Why? How they messed up?
I need another sibling.
You need another.
Yeah.
It's way too late for that.
I know. Daddy's gone. Daddy's long dead, and
Mama's way past menopause, honey.
That's true. But I gotta talk to him. Why they choose to treat me this? Why did they choose? I think they hated me. I think secretly they hated me. I don't know what I did.
Why would you think that?
They left me with one sibling. I had you to deal with. That's what it was.
No, it's more like I had you to deal with.
And it always will be that way. Remember that.
Listen.
Remember, it's always going to be that way. You're always going to have me to deal with.
All right. Anyway, how's everyone? Salute to everybody in the chat. Welcome
Salute to the chat.
With Mandrell and Shushu. First of all, I just like to say hello to everybody.
Guess who's here?
Oh,
J.R. Lee.
Oh, is J.R. Lee here?
Yeah.
What's going on, girl? How you doing? What's going on?
She said, I feel you. I told my mom I wish she would give me and my sister a little brother.
Aww.
See what I'm saying? See, someone who feels my pain. I had this one to deal with. Lord. Shut up, Stephen Day.
We ain't need no.
Don't speak to my sister. Don't speak to my sister. He's hitting hearts to you.
How you doing?
Stephen Day don't get fresh.
Oh, that's sweet.
Stephen Day don't get fresh. I like you, Stephen Day. You my man's in them. All right? My man, yeah. You know they speak in the South. Yeah, they're my man's in them.
Yeah, he need a man's in them.
Yeah, my man, Stephen Day, that's my man's in them.
What's going on?
Good? It's good, DL Saint. He had a broadcast, I think earlier today, that I intended on watching, but I missed it.
Wait, I thought I was just
you
are BMU.
You're not my sibling. You're not. You can't be, man. You're too weird and sad. So anyway,
huh? I said, how is he weird?
Have you spoken to that person?
No, he just has.
Have you spoken to him?
Huge sense of humor.
That ain't the only thing about him is huge.
That
ain't the only thing about him is huge. His midriff as well is quite sizable.
How you doing, Canadian born Nigerian? Black David, what's going on?
Andre Terry. That's my man too. That's my man too. Andre Terry. I like Andre. My little black man says underneath at the bottom. Look at this comment. Look at that. Look at this. See, you can't take niggas anywhere.
Right.
Dumbass.
Right. No, you're right. I was talking about your midriff. If you don't know what your midriff is, I mean, you got Google, dude. I mean, and shame on you for not knowing what it is out the gate, Black Man Unfiltered. I'm not surprised. He is a product of. Oh, wait, I'm not surprised. He is a product of a public school education, after all.
You are a product of a public school education. Right?
Yeah, but I'm not an average dude.
Oh Lord, that you are not.
Shout out to Queen Smiley Rules in the building.
Hey, Queen Smiley, how you doing?
Hey, Queen Smiley, how you doing?
I see Marcus is in the building. Hey, Marcus.
Shut up, Marcus. Shut up, Marcus.
Well, thank you for everybody who is here, and we are looking forward to welcoming everyone who is to come. We're gonna get right into our topic.
Where's Corey Hager been?
I'm not sure.
Cody S. King is in the building. I have no idea who you are, but thank you for coming and joining us.
Hours to do this, honey. We on an hour and 30 minutes. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Live. Let's go. Anyway, so the topic of tonight, we are talking about, of course, it's all over the news. The unfortunate passing of Takeoff from the Migos. I wanted to talk about this not only because it's a hot topic, but also because I am a Migos fan as well, and it's like so sad. If you don't know, or if you haven't heard, Takeoff and his uncle Quavo were in a bar in Houston. It was a
bowling alley.
Then they said was a bowling
alley. Yeah.
Maybe they had a pool hall or something like that in the back, because it did say billiards or something like that.
Well, it's a bowling alley with a billiards in there and a bar. And plus, if you had a bowling alley and a billiards bar, they have bars at bowling alleys and at billiards places. They both have bars, you know what I mean? So there's alcohol there.
They do. But I think it's a classic case of, you can take some people out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of some people. And unfortunately, the circumstances or whatever, it was a crap game going on. They were shooting craps.
Shooting craps.
Yeah, that's what they call it. No, or it's a dice game. Shooting dice.
No, he's shooting craps. Don't forget your culture and heritage. You black.
And
you call it craps. It ain't shooting dice.
You know what I'm saying? That's so and what ended up happening was, argument broke out. Some people say
over $7,000.
And it was his uncle Quavo who got in the argument with the guy. And then, from reports are saying that, Quavo even said, listen, we about to leave or wherever we about to go. And one person from their entourage pulled out a gun, and the person from the other people, whoever they were in the argument, pulled out a gun, and they started shooting. And unfortunately, Takeoff was struck in the head by a stray bullet. And I think, it's sad enough that it all happened. But what makes it even more tragic is Takeoff was the one in the group who was the most quiet, like the most chill. Like, he wasn't the one who wanted all the spotlight and everything. And what makes it even sadder is he and Quavo just released the album. And on this particular album, from my understanding, I haven't heard it yet, but he actually gets his time to like really shine on this album, so people can really see him and his talent. And it's just really unfortunate. It's interesting to see where they're going to go forward from this. But it's sad, like, you know, gun violence is out of control. It's been an issue. It's always going to be an issue, unfortunately, in America, because you know, we have this belief that, hey, you know, right to bear arms. So, and it's in the Constitution. So, you know, it's I say they shouldn't have ever been there in the first place.
Why not?
Because the bottom line is, when you hit a certain status, like certain, and when you're high profile, I'll say that when you high profile, like everybody know your financial status, everybody know what your level is. Certain people you just can't, certain crowds, certain areas, certain places you just shouldn't be, because it's just not safe for you. Like, I love, you know, the Migos. I'm a Migos fan, but I would never go to a Migos concert. Reason being is because of the crowd that I know is going to be there. Because things like this can happen at their concert. Because those kind of people are going to be there. You know, not to say that, you know, anything can happen anywhere, but there are some places where the likelihood of that happening are higher. So, like, you know, if you gonna gamble, go to Vegas. It's casinos all over America. Go to a casino, gamble there. You know what I mean? You are high profile, so you can get backroom VIP somewhere. Or why didn't you have security? Like, check people for, you know, guns and stuff like that. Like, I think some people sometimes
they had security, didn't they?
They had an entourage. They're not real.
Oh, okay. Well,
not real.
If there's yeah. Okay,
like,
they didn't have actual security.
PNB Rock. They were saying how, you know, the rapper who was murdered in what's called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles a couple of months ago.
Yeah, here's the thing. I want to say something about that.
If anybody who's ever been to LA, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles is in the hood.
That one is.
And he rolls up in a Rolls Royce or something like that, and a very, very expensive car.
And jewelry. And jewelry. Did you see that chain he had on?
Yes, and jewelry. Like,
and see, that's what this is all about. Well, here's what I don't like. I don't like watching the news and then they come out with thug. They use code word language like thugs. Everybody's not a thug. In fact, this gun violence is not a rap issue, right? What's up, Bay? What's up, Bay Rose? Thanks for coming. But it's not. And it's not even gang violence. It's a socioeconomic issue. It's poor people, right? Exactly. Like, take for instance, XXS Tentacion. He was robbed after leaving a motorcycle dealership.
Right.
Nipsey Hussle was shot outside his clothing store. And keep in mind, this dude started a STEM program in the community.
Right.
For girls. You know, Pop Smoke, home invasion up in Hollywood Hills. Yep. Young Dolph. This dude was killed while picking up cookies for his mom. Right. Like you said, PNB Rock. Just like you just said, PNB Rock leaving the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Now, I don't want to blame her for this, but his girlfriend posted their location on Instagram, and that's how they found out where he was. So they came to get what he had, you know, which is the big old the big chain, you know. Then in contrast to all this stuff, you got people who like Diddy this weekend dressed like the Joker. He felt disrespected, so he tried to start a fight. Here's a guy worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He's got a net worth of $800 million. And he wants to start a fight because he feels disrespected. He dressed like the Joker.
First and foremost, one thing about Diddy and he's been high profile for a long time. You better believe he has like trained, armed, like for real security. Not my homeboy that I grew up with who got a gun, but just because he's had a gun for a long time, or he owns one, knows how to use it. No, I'm talking about like people like big dudes who are quick to snatch up somebody if they get wrong. Like the kind of security, had when that dude ran up on Dave Chappelle had when the dude ran up on stage. And
they broke both his arms.
That kind of security.
They broke both of that guy's arms. I mean, that's how it is. And
that kind
the
of
thing
security.
is, like I said, my thing is like, it's always the people what's the common denominator in this list I just named to you? Want to know?
Well, they are all rappers and then
No. But that ain't it. The common denominator is they weren't doing nothing.
Yeah.
They were not doing anything. Like I said, young Dolph, this guy was shot and killed while picking up cookies for his mama.
Yeah. But
now you have this situation.
Like I said, to them, from their perspective, they're regular, they're everyday people. They're just people living their lives. But once you hit a certain level of fame and you hit a certain socioeconomic status, you cannot walk around like the average person anymore. You just can't.
You can't go back to the hood.
You can't go back to that. You just can't. You will always be a target for somebody.
Yeah, that's true. Shout out to Noble from the World Class. You're late, but we'll allow it. We were just talking about black people, and he shows up on CP time.
Oh Lord. Anyway, it's okay. You excuse.
Yeah, but my thing is, like I said, the common denominator in the people I named is that they weren't doing anything wrong when they were executed, right? But you watch the news, and they use the code language, thugs, gangsters, rappers. Even rapper is one now. You know what I'm saying? And these people didn't deserve. As like I said, these people didn't deserve what they got, and they say that as if it's not a socioeconomic problem. You go to white neighborhoods that are poor, they kill each other too.
Yeah, they do.
By the score. In fact, they do it more because there's more of them.
Yeah.
And you just don't hear about the news. That's the part that got me with this. Here it is again. I'm watching news. I'm like, here it is again.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go with the code language and whatnot. And that they're still giving different interest rates to people in the same economic class based on race. They've done stings where they've caught appraisers appraising the house for one price if it's if it was black owned, and another price if it was owned by white. So that's what black people had to move. You want to sell your house, you have to move anything resembling black out of the house.
Right. Yeah.
So you can get it appraised for the proper price. They've done stings and caught way too many people doing this for it to not be true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is a problem with poor people.
You're right. Well, the best analogy I can use is like, okay, let's say you and your team, okay, now y'all done made it. Y'all successful, you famous, you got money, all this other stuff. And you're at a restaurant or you're at a table surrounded by people who don't have anything. They don't have food. They don't have a table. They don't have anything. But yet you're at a table eating filet mignon and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Full of food. You cannot expect them not to start salivating at the mouth. All the poor people that are watching you, you can't expect them to salivate.
I think it's especially if you grew up in that neighborhood, in that environment. You grew up in a wolf's den, like where we grew up, right? Mm-hmm. If we got rich, we couldn't go back there. Let's be real. Especially not now. It's gotten like now. It's just gotten progressively worse. But we can't go where we grew up. Well, you kind of grew up there. I actually grew up there. I mean, so yeah, you were born there, but not really. You know what I'm saying? You grew up with, in the other place where we moved with the other people.
If you don't stop it,
anyway, like I was saying, yeah, you grew up in a wolf's den. Now, those may be your friends. Those may be the people you associate with and you're familiar with. But understand, they're still wolves.
Right.
They're still wolves. And you're still going into a wolf's den. Now you come back with a meat suit.
Yep.
I.e. all the jewelry, all the money, the nice car, nice clothes. Mm-hmm. You look like a whole smorgasbord to them. And a smorgasbord, all of you who know, is a buffet. Anyway, I've been told that I have to do that. I'm gonna go figure it.
Stop.
It ain't my rules. So anyway, yeah, you look like a whole buffet to them, and they're gonna eat because they're hungry.
Right.
It's still a wolf's den.
Yeah.
And you
I
go
think,
back
and
in.
I think it's this idea that, oh, you know, I'm still down. I'm still I'm still for the hood. Listen,
No, man, you got all that money. You changed, man. You
right?
changed, man.
Yeah, right. Hence
You
why someone
changed.
got upset about $7,000. $7,000 ain't nothing to
To a
Quavo.
millionaire.
Seven
To
thousand
a
dollars ain't
millionaire.
nothing.
Like just like
You
with
know what I mean?
like I just said with
And
Diddy.
then let's just be real. It probably wasn't even about $7,000. The real underlying issue could have been, I just don't like these dudes because they rich, they come in here flashy, and they think they all that, and da. Just had a new what video that just dropped the same day earlier today. I don't like these. You know what I'm saying? Jealousy and envy is real too. Yeah, they'll start something.
Yeah, they will. And he found out. I mean,
and you know the interesting thing is now, and I know it's some people may think it's inappropriate to bring up, but it's in the best interest of not only Quavo, but him and his family, like to get a hold of them record sales, them album sales, and where the finances go from here. Because trust and believe, if they don't collect the funds that they're about to reap from this whole ordeal, the record labels sure are. You better know that.
well, yeah, of course they are. The record labels are going to. That's what they do. You know. And Quavo has to understand that. And see, the thing is, this kid, Takeoff, he was just a bystander.
Right.
He got caught by stray bullets. He got caught by bullets meant for someone else. And you know what it looks like from the way everyone's describing everything. It looks like the people of his camp were the ones who shot him. Total accident.
That's what it is. Yeah,
but that's what happens when you have untrained individuals wielding weapons of war.
Right. Exactly.
They don't know. Here's what I know. Here's what. Yeah.
That's your homeboy from the hood.
Here's what I notice about people. They have no idea how to even hold a handgun.
Right.
They don't even know how to hold it and aim.
Right. A lot of people
they have no clue what they're doing.
Just because they think they should. I ain't never shot it before. Don't know how to.
I see this. Yeah, I see the arm fully extended.
What's going on?
Fuck. No, that's not how you. That's not how you do it. That's not. No. And it's to the side.
Right.
It's no.
Right. You know, it's funny because I remember Uncle Leon was talking about taking us to the gun range. Because he was like, Lord forbid you ever need to use a gun. But if in event you do need to use it, that should not be your first time shooting it. He's like, because the kickback alone is going to throw you off.
It's going to throw you off, yeah. The recoil. The recoil alone will throw you off.
Right.
Now, like I said, my biggest issue with this whole incident, because when I heard about it, I was completely unfazed. Tommy B told me about it. I was like, yeah. No, he didn't. Yeah. No, here's the thing. No. I saw an article about it. But I just read the headline. I didn't read the article yet. But then Tommy called me. We was talking, and then he's like, hey man, take off from the Migos. He does. I said, oh yeah, I saw a headline about that. Didn't read the article. He told me what happened. I was like, dang.
Right.
Now my biggest issue is that my biggest issue with this, because when I read it, I was completely unfazed. Didn't bother me at all. So,
well,
my biggest issue is how the press. I get you. How the press does this and paints it. That's the problem I have with it.
Yeah. Well, you have to understand, media, press, all of that is all about like painting a story.
Again, but thugs, gangsters, rappers. Like I said, even the word rapper is code language now for thug, and these guys are not thugs. Yeah, they like to XXX Tentacion, Nipsey Hussle, Pop Smoke, Young Dolph, PNB Rock. Yeah, these guys aren't thugs.
Yeah,
they rap, but that's about it. But now you got even rappers who are kind of mixing rock and roll into their music now. You know what I'm saying? You got people out there like Thundercat.
Thundercat.
Yeah.
Who was that?
See, you don't need to see. You don't need, I'm introduced.
Now I know Lil Uzi Vert, like
I don't even know who he is. I know that Brittany Renner. You don't know what
one of his idols or whatever.
You want to know how I found out? How the first time I ever heard his name? People were coming at Brittany Renner, right, a while ago, and she admitted to giving him fellatio, and I was like, "Look, who's that?"
You said Brittany Renner admitted to giving him?
Mm-hmm. She said he would just call her over to have her do that and have her leave.
Kind of some of these rappers, I don't care how much money you get. How much money you get. Lil Wayne is one of them. I don't care how much money you got. God.
Okay, J.L. Lee says Nipsey Hussle was a thug, a Rolling Sisters Crip. J.L. Lee, once upon a time, he may have been a thug, but you don't start STEM programs and make stores and still call yourself a thug. Thugs don't do that.
For the community.
Yeah. Thugs don't do what Nipsey Hussle did.
His community.
Yeah, he was a well retired thug.
Yeah, he was retired. To
do what he was doing, to do all the stuff he was doing, he hadn't been a thug in a long time.
Right.
Thugs don't do that. Thugs are ignorant and moronical.
Yeah.
That means moronical.
Moronic.
It's action. It's an action word. Moronical. Meaning they're in the act of being morons. It also means currently, in this context that I used it. Don't fuck with me with English. You know better. You don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I know what I'm talking about with English now. Come on.
Whatever. So we are gonna drop the link in like another 5 minutes or so, guys. So if y'all wanna hop up on the panel and join the conversation.
Yeah, don't come up here all that crying and all that shit.
Listen, if you a fan, it's okay. Let it out. You know what I'm saying? It is sad because the bottom line is that group will never be the same. It's just like with TLC.
That's true.
When Left Eye, when she passed away, I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
What is going to happen to TLC now? What my music gonna be? Because
you were a big fan of it. You were a big fan of it.
When Aaliyah passed away, I was like, what?
Oh, Mindfully Misunderstood.
Super awesome.
Chuck, Mr. Charles, he's here. Mindfully Misunderstood. Shout out to Mindfully Misunderstood.
Charles, how are you?
Yeah, he's here. Thanks for coming and supporting us, man. He said Lil Wayne looked like a buzzard with staph infection. He said Lil Wayne looks like a buzzard with staph infection. And then JLE says, we can't cry. I ain't coming up then. Well, then come up here and bawl your eyes out. You're a girl. We expect that. It's the men I was talking about.
It's okay.
It's okay, JLE. You can cry.
Not going to be the same.
You can be a girl. The Amigos aren't. They're not. What's the name of that group? I think it's called Black Beatles or something. Or maybe that's the song they made.
Oh, Black Beatles. That was the song that they made. That was.
Who was that? Is that the Amigos?
No. That was what's their name? I forgot that Google group. What's the name of that group, y'all? Oh, Ray Schmurmer, however you say his name. But anyway.
No, why is his name like that?
Listen. Why they choose the
Streamer?
I don't know.
About Ray Streamer. Is it just one guy? Or is it the two dudes?
Two. It's two.
Okay, they're both named Ray Streamer.
Their group
named Ray Streamer.
Yeah.
That's the name of the group, Ray Streamer.
Hey,
person's name.
Listen.
See, this is why Fox News and the rest of the white people think y'all stupid. Okay, this isn't creative.
It's not creative.
It's not. No, Stephen Day. That's not how you. I'll post it in the chat. How to properly spell. How this name is properly spelled. Okay, and here you go. Boom. That's what it is.
Wait, you put it. We put what in the chat? Oh, Ray.
The name Ray Streamer.
Streamer. Yeah, that's their name.
Streamer. Yeah. Ray Streamer with a D at the end. Anyway, yeah, this is a product of And not the artists, because a lot of these artists are not actually millionaires. Salute IXL, salute to you, brother. A lot of these people aren't actually millionaires like people think. That they don't get the millions until like a couple of years in. Right. These record labels pick them up and they style them and they dress them that way to make it look like they're a person of affluence. And then when they get the little money they get, a few $100,000 here, a few $100,000 there, they go out and buy these chains that are worth $400,000, but you get a black card, a Black American Express with an unlimited amount of line of credit, and you can go out and get them on the credit card and pay it over time. So that's how a lot of them get this gaudy jewelry, especially stuff that was $400,000 or $500,000. You know, because if you're not on the road, if you're not on the road touring, you're not making any money in the music industry. And she was covering. Not yet. Not until I see a ring, and I give her away at the wedding.
She said she was.
Understand that? I give her away on the wedding. Until then, I am still her covering, sir.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Anyway, but yeah, it's again, my issue is not with these guys. It's not even necessarily with the people who fired upon them, because that I understand. They're poor, they're hungry, they're demoralized, and you walk around with a bunch of expensive jewelry. The wolves are gonna come to eat. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then, like with this guy, PNB Rock.
Andrea, hold that thought 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, the link has officially been dropped. So if you want to join us up here on the panel, feel free to click and call on in. Come on down. You know, all are welcome with civil conversation, of course. But yeah. So
yeah.
Hey DLC, how are you?
What's good, y'all? How y'all feeling?
All right. How do you feel about about this? Like I said, my issue is with the media and how they're trying to paint this narrative that rappers are all violent and stuff like that. No, what are you gonna do about industry? Like here's why I disagree with Charleston White when he says all them dope dealers out here in the street, lock them up. I'm like, that's not helping the issue. That's not helping. You're just feeding the machine. Because the reason why people sell drugs and commit crimes is because of a lack of industry and opportunity.
Right.
They don't have jobs. But if you flood that section of town with nothing but jobs that pay at least a living wage,
right?
Watch the crime rate drop.
But even
it's gonna nosedive. You're always gonna have crime. There's no escaping that.
It'll take a couple generations, bro, because the way the system is set up. You know, there's too many people in the hood that got records, so they can't get those jobs. They won't qualify. Like but you're right. After a couple generations, yes, right. people would rather work than hustle.
Yeah, you know exactly. Because you get a steady paycheck and you get insurance and 401k, and people don't even know what 401k is.
Get benefits. I mean, think about that. You go back to like to the Midwest. You know what I mean? Go back to when GM was popping and all that. When the Big Three was out there, like Cincinnati, Ohio, perfect example. It was way less crime because you can go work at GM. You can go work at GE.
K-Soul says jobs won't fix mindsets. No, they won't. But people would be complacent and content with a decent paying job. The mindset changed. So with that, the mindset will change because now they see a light at the end of the tunnel. They see an alternative. They see an alternative to a life of crime.
But it's not as rosy. It's not as rosy as you painted, though, my brother. I agree with you.
Look, I'm not trying to paint it as a rosy picture. My thing is, yes, it's going to take time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that overnight, boom, because everybody ain't gonna get them jobs. Like you said,
it's one of those things, bro. Real talk, because like I agree with 85% of what you're saying, and 100% of the theory, 85% of what you're saying. Just being one of those cats, you know what I mean? Like I was there, you know what I mean? That was once upon a time. I talk about this on my platform. I've been in a lot of bubbles in my day. I started in that bubble, you know what I mean? So when we talk about this, one of the things you were talking about, you know, these guys being thugs or whatever. There's people say thug, but I say hood. Right, there's hood dudes out there. You can grow up in a bad neighborhood and not be hood. Like you look at someone like Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? Nipsey was all about cripping. To the day he died, he was about cripping. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's gangsterism. Once you in that world, you in that world. There's only two ways out. You know what I mean? And people were like, well, you know, Nipsey will look at Snoop Dogg. You mean Big Snoop Dogg? Cuz cripping. You know what I mean? All day long. I use they terms. That's West Coast. Thank God I wasn't born out there. But cuz Crippin', don't take my word for it. Ask him. He'll tell you. This big Snoop Dogg nigga, he'll tell you. After doing all these great things and making a R&B album and helping out people and starting a football league for young kids and changing all these lives, at the end of the day, you run up on him and you popping that, you gonna get that. 50, another one. Jay-Z, another one.
Well, that's different. That's not cripping. That's just self-defense.
But what I say, it's like it's being hood.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's being hood. If you
Yeah,
hood, you know what I'm talking about.
But if somebody run up on you the wrong way, they gonna take
Brother
the back of your
Mandrell,
hand.
Brother Mandrell, you go to Avondale, you go to the A1 and ask about Don Don. That nigga hood. But I ain't there anymore. And if I was to come up on some money, I wouldn't. I didn't come up on millions. You won't catch me in Cincinnati. There's no way I'm going to Cincinnati. Them little boys are crazy. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? I'm not going. I've already taken my chances. When we was jumping out of airplane, and this is another thing I wanted to put out there too. What people are really not looking at and taking into consideration, you know what I mean? What's the draw to the street life? That shit's exciting, yo. Man, Joe, you've been in firefights. Just keep it 100. You've been in firefights. What does that do to the adrenaline?
Right to your brain.
Right to your brain. I mean,
Right
bro,
to your brain.
that is the most addictive drug you ever gonna have. Why you think we were jumping out of airplanes? Why you think we were first to go? It's that adrenaline. You know what I mean? As an old man, I look back on it like, damn, I was stupid. You know what I mean? Damn, I was stupid. I took way too many chances, but it doesn't leave you. So you got these rich boys, these guys. They came out of the hood. Some of them are hood, maybe not, but they all affiliate in some way. They people in the hood. They ain't scared to know. Man, ain't nothing but a dice game. Takeoff is off to the side because he knew it was stupid. Man, I ain't my life. I'm gonna go over here, smoke my blunt, send off these. You know what I mean? Let me go hit these girls up on Instagram. He trying to do what he do, and then it pop off. You know what I mean? And the last point I'm making out, and I'll let others talk, is they were like, oh, it was an accident. It was a stray round. He got hit 4 times. It says now he got hit 4 times.
Yeah, like I said, the way it looks, it looks like the guys in his camp shot him on accident.
But here's the thing: he got hit 4 times. It says it right here. Harris County Medical Examiner's
I agree.
died from.
I believe you. See, but the thing is, both sides might have hit him. He was just caught in the crossfire.
But here's the thing, though, bro. 1 straight round, okay. 2 possibly. 4, 2 headshots and 3 shots to the torso. 2 headshots, 2 torso shots. Because it's saying right here, he died from penetrating gunshot wounds of head and torso into arm. So that's the medical examiner. 1, maybe 2 rounds, okay. Bad luck. Any more than that, I'm sorry, bro. You might be the target. And it was multiple weapons. So this is why the police want people to come forward and give them some information, because it could be some fuckery afoot. Why did he catch 4 rounds?
And the other 2 just went to the hospital. He got 2 headshots.
At least.
Yeah, wait. Do you know how to hit someone in the head? You know how hard it is to do that on accident?
You know how it is to hit someone in the head, and a paper target in the head is real hard to do.
Like to do that on accident, it's next to impossible. To do it on purpose is very difficult.
Takes training.
And don't let them move. If they're moving and you're untrained, you want to hit him in the head? That's the smallest target you got. Shoot him in the torso. What are you doing? All that real estate. Just shot in the head. 2 headshots. I didn't know that. That sounds like that was on purpose.
Yeah, 4 rounds, right? And they were headshots and torso shots. So I don't know how many headshots, how many torso shots, but come on, bro, it's starting to sound like a tight shot grouping, brother. Wouldn't you agree?
Especially if he got 2 headshots, if they popped him twice in the head, you did that on purpose.
I don't know how many headshots he suffered, and there were multiple guns. So it sounds like he done got himself caught into a crossfire. Now again, we don't know the situation, who was configured where, and who was doing what, and where the weapons were. The police will figure all that out.
Yeah, I like to see the crime scene.
So we just gotta wait and see. But right now, I'm thinking like, 1 round, that's an accident. 4 rounds, that's a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sound like
you got
real quick. I would like to welcome We Ain't Signing.
Yeah, we ain't signing.
Right. How are you?
Hey guys,
we ain't signing.
I'm good. How's everything? Congratulations. I heard about you on going to be on Power. So Power just got a little bit better. So congratulations on that. So you're still a feminist, but you're cool.
Hey, y'all.
And
hilarious. But congratulations, love. Real talk, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Won't be tuning in anymore, but congratulations. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So yeah, but I wanna make 2 points. So first about the whole job thing, in the jobs in the hood and things like that, and that's why Trump had a good plan, but I'm not gonna go left. But I'm just gonna say this. I think. Well, I know that crime comes because of lack of jobs, and I think flooding jobs in the hood definitely will drastically reduce the crime rate within 5 years, right? Because people are a product of their environment, right? That's why you have like 64% of black men that are in the middle class, but we still die from like diabetes and heart disease, right? Because we still eat nigger shit, right? We eat the foods that we grew up in the hood on, right? Captain Crunch, Captain Crunch, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and cheesesteaks from where I'm from, right? We still eat that shit at 50, even though we're making 50, 80s, 90K, right? So, yeah. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean. It's just that you can't. It's hard to take the environment out of someone, right? You've been in a place from birth to 18, 19 years old. That's in you. Like I still eat the shit in China that I eat in Philly. I still do the same shit I do in China that I do in Philly.
They got chitlins over there, boy. They got chitlins over there, pig feet and all that.
Man, Chinese be fucking up some pig feet, but I'm from Philly. We don't eat that shit. But chicken feet, pig feet, they be fucking it up. But I'm just saying, like you know what I mean? Like the same way I will pop off back home is the same way I pop off here. When you get in an argument, you take a nigga's shoes. I get an argument here, I say take their shoes. Right? It's the same shit.
Right.
But you can't fit them. They too small.
No, but you take them. You take, like, for example, I give you a story, right? I'm in the Philippines with my homeboy. Some intruder came in and he tried to rob him, and he didn't know we were there. So we beat him up. We robbed him, took off his shoes, and peed on him. That's what you do in Philly.
Hey, what's the statute of limitations over there, man? Don't be self-snitching. You can wind up doing some time over in the Philippines.
If somebody invades your home in the Philippines, you have a right to, like,
piss on them? That's what's up.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I pass the mic.
I don't know. Play like we inside to send me videos sometimes, and there was a woman who she did something to a man. Right? They had this woman in the police station questioning her. The guy started beating her with a keyboard from the computer sitting next to her. He just picks up the keyboard in the police station. In the police with the cops standing right there. And the cops kept asking questions while the guy beat her with a keyboard.
That is crazy.
She should have answered correctly. She should have answered correctly. Hold on. I'm put that keyboard down. What answer y'all want?
Look, I rolled, and then we decided to sit me the couch. He's like, this is in the police station. I'm like, yeah, I see, because you can see the cops around and the computers, and you can see the cops around, right? This guy's beating her with a keyboard. He just picks it up, bam, 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 bam. I was like, wow.
Man, after 2 licks, I'd be like, yo, y'all just fill out what y'all want my statement to say, and I'll sign it. Just put that keyboard down.
Okay.
So I mean, but the point is, we are who we are. At 18, man, whatever environment you grew up in, that's who you are. That's who you is. And so him being in the hood playing dice, that's who he is. That's what he grew up on.
That was his people doing it. He was just off to the side. That's
he was off to the side.
It.
He was a bystander. Like this is the quiet. This is the quiet one of the group. The one who doesn't get into trouble. The one that doesn't like the spotlight. Doesn't like fame. He just likes to be, off to himself, doing his own thing.
And it's normal, and that's sad to say, but that's normally the ones because they don't see it coming. Because they ain't grimy like that. They don't see it coming.
I said that to Shamaria earlier today. We was on the phone. I said, normally, those are the ones who get it. The ones who aren't bothering anybody. They're not starting trouble. Don't want to ruckus. They just nice people doing their own thing, staying out of trouble. Don't have beef with anybody. That's usually the one who gets it. Like when I was in college, there was a gas station on the corner by the school, right? Mm-hmm. And some guys were there at the gas station, and I guess one of the guys had beef with somebody, and they came and shot the car up. The only person who got shot and he died was the guy who didn't have beef with anybody. The quiet guy, kept to himself, good person.
Yeah,
Man, that's
he's the only one who got it.
Yeah, that's how it almost goes. But I just wanted to clear that up. Like when they talk about thugs and this and that, I always say hood because you look at people like Ice-T. That's one of the biggest OG pimp, you know what I mean, hood dudes you would ever meet. Yeah, he's in Hollywood doing this thing. Yeah, he's A-list now and all that. But he almost shot the Amazon delivery dude one night. Dude was dropping off Ice-T at his crib in the hills. Dude was dropping off packages like late. The sun was down. You know how sometimes they roll up late. And, you know, Ice had the thing out, was like right there, like, damn, nigga, I almost shot you. You know what I mean, dude? Only reason they didn't shoot him because he saw the little smock on him or whatever, the little vest. He was like, man, if you don't have that vest on, I'd have aired you out on his. This is in L.A. in the hills.
Oh, well,
you know what I mean?
The thing is, you're supposed to.
But here's no.
I mean, you understand.
But I'm just saying, it's you supposed to for military types and gangster types. You supposed to. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody else in Hollywood doing that. Ain't nobody in the hills doing that. Most of them ain't even armed.
But illegal access.
Look what happened to Pelosi's husband. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't even on. But so just what I'm telling you, the majority of America ain't used to that hyper violence, and those who are, they're prepared for it. So, like I said, man. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like the world ain't like, you know, because like I grew up poor, right, back home, and there's a lot of poor spots like here, and like I've been to poor spots in Kenya, and the difference between America and a lot of spots is the hyper violence. Like I've never seen any place more violent than back home, period. But Mandrell, I got to push back for you a little bit, right? Even if you're quiet and you're not in that, man, if you're in that environment, if you're around people who do that, then you got to kind of expect that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, right? Like there is no such thing as, like if you're around that environment, it ain't no such thing as innocent. You're in that environment.
Yeah.
Right. The point is to not be around that. Right. Because you know what I mean? Because, you know, like when we all had our parents like, don't hang out with that person. And if you see, right. And if your parents see you with them, it don't matter what you were doing. You're gonna get a beating, a spanking, punishment. Right. Because at the end of the day, mom, dad, whoever was like, yo, don't be around that person.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but
Ron Uncut had a comment. He said, I think Takeoff was set up. The industry is wicked, and I don't put nothing past the guys. They would do anything for money, fame, and power. And I'm not sure what part of the stream you came in on, Ron Uncut, but we were talking about that. DL Saint was reading some updated information, and they were saying that he was shot actually 4 times. Because initially we thought it was like just once, it was a straight bullet that like hit him in the head. But he was shot twice in the head and 2 in the torso. So
or some combination thereof, but he got hit 4 times.
Yeah, but he got hit 4 times. Like, so I don't know. That sounds like whoever the gunmen were or was, were pretty close up in close range. Number 1, and then number 2, I don't know. You get hit 4 times. That don't sound like an accident.
And Ron and Cut, I wouldn't worry about the industry, man. When stuff like this happens, it's much, much closer to home. So, you know what I mean? People be quick to throw it on the industry, this and that. You know what I mean? The little Hat Clan or the record company people are shady and all that. Bro, when stuff like this happens, look to your people to your left and right. You know what I mean? It'd be a lot closer to home.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, you know, it could be, too, like I was saying that too earlier, you know, jealousy. Jealousy is real, too. And then like they just dropped like Quavo and Takeoff, like they just dropped a new album together, and they just released a new video earlier that same day. So you never know what's going on in these people here. Oh, these dudes, they think they all flashy, they think they all that, blah, 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 blah. And all they needed was like a perfect situation to be like, you know what, I'm gonna shoot this fool.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's even closer than that. Look at the Amigos, which I don't know nothing about. I don't follow them, anything like that. I mean, I'm much success, and I'm happy for their success. But I'll paint you a picture. What if management wanted Takeoff? We want the quiet one. We want the guy that comes that shows up at work on time. We want the one that we can easily work with. Shushu, you know what I'm talking about. You know they're gonna come right to you. But if you get out of this contract with them, we can go over here and guarantee you this.
Yep. Because there was rumors at one point that they were like breaking up, or like everybody was doing their own solo thing. So like, you know, but they're like really blood related. Like they like for real related.
It's like uncle nephew situation with Quavo and Takeoff, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think was it Takeoff and what's his name? One with Cardi B. I think they're cousins.
Okay.
So,
and people out there, I'm not saying that's the case. We're just sitting here chopping it up. I'm just speculating. I'm not saying that's the case. It is what it is.
Right. Just based off of what's the information that has been put out so far. It sounded a little shady.
Right. If I was a detective on this case, I'd be sounding like all them detectives in the TV shows. This just ain't adding up, Bob. That's what I'd be saying.
Right. Right. Like, I don't know, sound like somebody in your entourage can't aim.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or maybe they were aiming. They just weren't aiming for the other guy. They was aiming for him. You know, you just never know people. It's sad.
And y'all think family like blood means something. Not in the streets. That's another thing about the streets, man. There's people out there that done shot at their own brother. You know what I mean? There's people out there that done ran game on their own mama.
Right, yeah.
And it's sad to say, but it is like that though. And it's not just our hood. It's like, again, I agree with Brother Mandrell. It's more of a social economic thing. The stuff that goes on in the black hood happens in the Italian hood, it happens in the trailer parks, and so on and so on and so on.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's just like at one point, and I'm pretty sure it still is, like the mafia had their hand in everything. Like especially in Vegas. Like them casinos and stuff like that, or like little mom and pop shops and stuff like that. Like they had their hand in everything.
Yeah, but then when they started franchising, that's when their hold on the mom and pop shop stopped.
Right.
Because the franchise is like okay, listen, you're gonna kick up to me for protection. No, I'm not. Yeah, yeah, you are. No, because they keep count of all this stuff, and if I give you the money, I get fired, and the only thing they're gonna do is replace me with somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. No more skill.
It's a machine. You ain't gonna stop it, but just by hitting up one shot.
Right.
And then when they find out that you did it, they're gonna put cameras up here and see you on camera and call the cops on you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? I mean, it's just once something gets so big, it's extremely difficult to stop it. Right. But like you said, yeah, it's the Italians are in on crime, the Irish. Organized crime, depends on how some of it gets bigger. It was hard to stop the mafia. Once they got control of the unions, it was game over. It was extremely difficult to stop them then.
Right.
And
that's why they came up with Rico. Put an end to all that shit.
Right.
Which in my opinion, Rico should be outlawed.
It should be.
That's wrong. That's no doubt.
The whole crew, everybody.
Right. For something one person did.
I love Rico. Keep Rico. Keep Rico.
The whole crew goes down for something one person did.
The whole crew, everybody. Take everybody out. We get all y'all at one time. Let's go. How you doing, Marcus? Welcome.
Hey, what's up, Shoo? What's up, Mandrell? I know this is the Shoo show, but shout out to DL Saint. Shout out to We Ain't Signing.
Hey, blessings. Salute to you, Devil Dog.
Yes, sir. So what's the topic real quick? Are y'all talking about what happened with
Take off?
Christ, Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect from Marines, bro? He might not know what he's talking about, but I bet his weapon's clean.
Yep. Hey, I might have been lost because I was focusing on Shoo more than Mandrell. My bad, bro. I'll make sure I work on it next time.
Hey, yo.
Oh my God. Oh my, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh my God. Here we go.
That's cool, Marcus. But you
at least okay. You hear that, Mike? All them people out there, they come to see me.
Yep,
that's
she's
cool.
a star.
But no, that's
star.
cool.
She's on a TV show, Mandrell.
So that's cool. But at least he could have read the title of the topic.
I know.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if y'all were still talking about that and wanted to move on from that. That's why I was asking.
Look, even in StreamYard, it's at the top of the screen, Marcus. Top left, right above the timer.
I can't see because it's blocking. I can't see the picture.
It's right.
You can't see.
Right there, but brother Mark, it's one old school song you need to know if you're gonna be trying to holler at Shoo, man. It goes like this: Mamacita, so proud to meet ya, Senorita. Yeah, that's the song right there, man. Don't you know that I love you? Hey, shout out to the '80s. Y'all know nothing. Y'all know nothing out there. That's for him, y'all. That's not for me. I don't shoot my shot on TV, y'all. That's I'm old school. I gotta see you in person. Holla, holla, holla. That's what you gonna hear from me.
No. No, it's a shame, man. It's a tragedy because of what happened to Takeoff, especially what I learned about yesterday. Other people were having streams on it and stuff. So, yeah, man, the same thing that happened earlier this year with the PNB Rock. It was a shame. So now, it comes down to this kind of music kind of tends to perpetuate it. They want to add the music into the lifestyle. They think that people have to go back to the neighborhoods to show some sort of loyalty or some sort of debt that they have to owe to them. But I think the best advice that I've heard some people in the hood to tell other people to get out of the hood is to stay away from the hood. Stay away from that kind of stuff. You can keep them in contact. You can invite them to your house if you want to, out of the neighborhood, to your place if you want, have a barbecue. But you ain't got to go back there and be shooting the dice and stuff and dominoes. You play dominoes at your house. Play dominoes at your mansion.
No, let's not do that. I can't let you niggas know where I live, Marcus.
Hey, like I said, there's a reason why Jay-Z has parties at his house. He doesn't go to other people's parties.
That's true. That's true.
He don't be going to nobody. He be hosting the parties.
Yeah, Jay-Z gonna have mass security though. They're in there. You might not even know, but they gonna be in there geared up, ready to go. You know what I mean? It's like when 50 Cent moves. You know what I mean? They allegedly he walks around with a security team, all former SEALs. You know what I mean? So you ain't gonna get close to 50.
Right. Hey, DLC, and if something pops off, guess what? Like your soundbite, contact left, contact right.
Hey man, contact left, bro. Get some. That's what's gonna happen. You mess with them boys.
Like I said, man.
That's true. Like I was saying earlier, I guess, I don't know, maybe they still look at themselves like they're everyday people or something. I got because I've heard some entertainers say, the fame hasn't changed me. Well, maybe it hasn't changed you to you, but in the eyes of other people, you've changed. You're different. You're not like them anymore.
Yeah, you food.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you do have to be careful how you move. And I don't know, maybe they just weren't their status didn't, register with them or something like that. But you should have real professional security with you at all times.
If they had professional security, they wouldn't be able to stay for the dice game. If you have professional security, they're gonna get you out of there as soon as the event's over, put you in the vehicle, get you back to where they started, so they can end the contract and get their money. They are not gonna set up a perimeter while you play dice with a bunch of thugs. They're not going to do that. These young dudes, they want that excitement. I'm trying to tell y'all that it's like a drug for real. It's like a drug. Think about it. Dudes will leave the house with a woman. Dudes will be in the bed with a woman, the most beautiful woman ever created by God. They will leave her there to go to the streets to get into some drama. That's how strong that pool is. These guys have millions. Still have millions.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if you're here for this one, DL, but it's like I said earlier. Diddy, over the weekend, gets into it, starts a fight because he felt disrespected while dressed up as the Joker. Okay, now here's a guy who has millions. Okay, he's a millionaire. He has millions. DL, why you get into it with just some random dude on the street?
Because Diddy bored. He came up when his dudes was in the streets cranking and doing all that gangster stuff. He was doing what he's supposed to do. He was working under Andre Harrell. He's doing all this stuff. He's making his mark on the industry, and he went and he made his money, right? But the dudes in the hood would be like, man, that's good. You got your money, Puff, but you weren't here. You weren't here. And again, it's me speculating. There's guys out there who be like, well, I'm going to show y'all how gangster I am, right? Him and J-Lo back in the day, I don't know if y'all remember this, but that gun case, right?
Yeah, that's what broke them up.
That's what brought. I will bet $1 to a donut that was Puffy shooting in that club and Shine took the bid. Yep. I'll bet you anything that's what happened.
Yeah.
But this goes back to why go back to why the rich and affluent don't go back to the hood to help out, because you can't. You can
send the money back. Yeah. You just can't physically go yourself. Send the money.
Right.
No, but the money will come and go, man. If you're not going to build up infrastructure, it's going to come and go. But you can't go back and build a hood, because there's always going to be that one nigga that's going to, be wilding out.
Oh shit!
Y'all know it's more. Y'all know it's more than just one. Salute to Sir Hell Speaks in the chat. What's good, fam?
Hey, Sir Hell.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, there's at least one. Let me say that. There's always at least one. And that's why you can't. That's why you can't really go back. You know what I mean? You just got to kind of push forward and move forward. And just kind of shake off that survivor's remorse.
Shit, we ain't signing shit.
And when you're near me, my heart does shine. So I got to ask before we start. It's a question straight from my heart. Can I see one today? Just give me one today. Ooh. I just want to see one of your titties, girl.
That was so random. That was so random.
I'd like to welcome Sir Charles to the panel, ladies and gentlemen.
The passport
Sir Charles.
hater. What's up, Sir Charles?
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you.
Did I get attacked right away? Soon as
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. I'm just playing.
hey, you know, I'm like a guy in the car that's doing the hot boxing. You know, I want all the smoke.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Well,
Heat on.
so
Turn
what?
the heat
Man, God damn.
on. Hey, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, I missed a little bit of the conversation because I had to do some laundry. My baby girl's here from college, and we had to straighten some things out. So, but yeah, I'm back.
That's what's up, brother. Salute to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm pretty sure you heard, about the situation that happened with Takeoff from the Migos. He lost his life yesterday. And so what are your thoughts about the whole situation?
Well, I certainly agree that once you reach a certain level of success, your mindset needs to change. The thing about it is when you're in the hood, there's a griminess that you have to have about you, a hunger that you have to have about you. And when you reach a certain level of success, the hunger and that griminess isn't necessarily there. But when you go back to those people who still have those characteristics about them, you look like food.
Yeah.
You look like food. And it's like, yo, if you want to gamble, go to the boat. Where it's a controlled environment, and you know that everybody in that room if you're playing 10,000 a hand, everybody deserves to be there, right? And for whatever reason, they can go home back to business. You go to the hood where you get people who making. We all know people in the hood touching M's, but they still have that hood mentality and don't really care about life.
Yeah,
it's a very unfortunate situation that could have been prevented, in my opinion. But that being said, and Shushu said something I was listening to earlier. These things can happen anywhere. We know this. It can happen anywhere. However, why would you go somewhere where it's likely to happen?
Right.
Likely.
Right.
That's where we err. I get it. Tupac said something. My daughter and I were talking in the car a minute ago, and we were talking about how when Tupac said, I don't know if you guys remember this interview, when Tupac said him being successful is like being in hell right now. He said, I can't go to the hood because them niggas will rob me.
Right. Yeah.
White folks, because they won't accept me. Where do I go? It's like, so I get it. And sometimes you want to go back to where you're familiar with, where you once felt that love and all of that. But hey, that's the price of a certain level of success. You can't go back. Listen, I have not amassed the level of wealth and notoriety that the Migos have. I come from Chicago Heights, Illinois, Beacon Hill. Sir Hale and I come from the same neighborhood. It's terrible. It is terrible. Right. But I won't even go through Beacon Hill without hiding behind 5% tent. Because sometimes I like to reminisce, but I just cruise through 5%. I learned my lesson riding through in the fishbowl. People start flagging me down, ask me to hang out. But no, you go through, hide behind tents, have your little reminiscence, and then go back to your nice life. That's all I'm saying. No need to make the sharks when you're looking like food. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, you better than me, bro. I don't go to the hood, man. If we in the car riding somewhere and I doze off and wake up and we in the hood, I'm gonna be mad at you. Like, man, why you got me over here? I mean, I'm dead set against anybody's hood,
It's
not
the
just my
setup.
hood.
It's the setup,
Yeah,
Dio
it's
Saint.
a setup. That's what I'm thinking. Like anybody's hood. You know, I my best friend. You know what I mean? One of my dudes I serve with, he's out here. Jay Swans. He's on my platform all the time. He never grew up in that environment. He grew up in. I mean, he was out Hollywood, Valencia back in the day. He doing his thing. To this day, he'll be like, I'm gonna go over here to the hood, man. They got the best wings. I mean, man, I ain't going over there, bro. You know what I mean? Because he didn't grow up in that. He like, these wings are so good. I'm like, man, this Kentucky Fried Chicken gonna have to do, cuz I ain't going over there. You know what I mean? Like, but we are, like, they are too. Why are we going over there, bro? Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm not doing it.
Dio Saint, there's a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles by Disneyland in LA, and there's the one by the hood. PMB should have gone to the one in Disneyland, not the one by the hood.
Yeah.
Bro, there's a Roscoe's in West Hollywood, man. On what is that? Is that Argyle in Hollywood or on Sunset? You know what I mean?
Sunset.
So
yeah.
Nah, I don't even like to go to that one, and that one's pretty much secure. Yeah, but you're right.
You know, the problem is when you stand out. You know, I don't necessarily stand out. I go to the hood. I don't stand out. I don't have flashy jewelry. In fact, I'm a minimalist. I talk about this all the time. I'm not famous. I'm not, you know. But I stay away from people that know me, because now we have to have some interaction. But so me personally, I do like to go to the hood for the hood experiences, such as food and certain deals, right? But I can get in and get out. Here's the thing: if you are a celebrity, you're famous, right? And then you go in there, you all draped up, dripped out. You got fat gold chains and fucking diamond drip, this and that. And the problem is, I talked about this last night. The problem is, a lot of us who reach that certain level of success, we want to go back and show people how we made it. Now, right? Where you can't. Now, I don't know. There was a myth, and I don't know if Michael Jackson was going to the hood, but there was a story about Michael Jackson. He used to dress in costume so he wasn't noticed, and then he used to go in places and blend with the common folk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, Sade used to do that. She said that on her own. I watched one of her videos. She actually had another name. She used an alter personality, and she would dress up with a wig and glasses and stuff and go out.
Yeah.
She
used to do that. So, Michael Jackson did the same thing.
When people find out who you are, it's going to be pandemonium. You're no longer one of us. You're something else. So now you never know what people are. Everybody ain't happy to see you that you made it. You understand?
Okay. I mean, but one thing though, I want to say.
Hold on one second. When I'm still going back to the crib and I see the struggle, I got a picnic table with crates around the motherfucker in my dining room, right? I got rats and roaches running around. I can't take a bath or whatever because the water. I mean, it's just all kind of problems that you don't have to deal with, and you come back, and it's almost like it's almost like these celebrities want to shit on the people where they come from. You know, now I know they're not from Houston. I know they weren't from Houston, but it's like, why do you have to be flashy when you come around? Hey, tone it down, like Michael Jackson, like Sade did. Hide if you want the experience. Hide.
Yeah, I mean, as long as that's facts. I mean, like, because when I go back home to visit stuff like that, I rent me a little Ford Focus. I dress like everybody else, and then on top of that, like, I'm not famous, right? So, you know, that's that aspect too, right? But like, for the most part, if you dress like everybody else and you look like everybody else, nobody's gonna like randomly fuck with you, right? Like, you don't just get shot because you get shot, right? A lot of times people get shot because they're in that environment. They're around that group of people, right? You're not just getting shot just unless there's like a drive-by or something like that. But other than that, you know, people just don't randomly get shot.
I used to think that, bro, till I went to LA, man. And just a little pushback for both y'all, Sir Charles, and we ain't signing shit. You should put that back on there, bro. We ain't signing shit. But I would push back. I can't go to my neighborhood. I can't go to Glenwood, my street, my block where I grew up. If I go there looking normal, I still look like an alien to them because I've been gone for 30 years. Who is this dude? You know what I mean? So even when you do all that, like it's and I get what y'all saying. And like in LA, right? I didn't understand that gang culture until I moved out there. Never wanted to be a part of a gang, anything like that. I just don't move like that, man. I'm one of those dudes. I go out by myself. But I'm telling you, you walking around looking normal with your wig on, your glasses on, in certain parts of South Central, certain parts of the Valley, somebody gonna come up on you like, where you from, cuz? Right. Hey, blood, where you from?
That's West Coast. East Coast is different. North Coast is different.
Yeah.
And no offense, sir.
Well, one second. So, like, for example, like if you're out like noon, lunchtime, whatever, niggas asleep because you out all night hustling, right? 2, 3, 4 in the morning, right? So you sleeping until 1 or 2. Then you go chill in the house for a little bit, go out like 3 or 4. So if you looking like everybody else, because there's working class people in the neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. There's working class people in the neighborhood. So if you look like everybody else, you just going to work, doing whatever, you gonna be cool. Now, if you out there like, well, I can speak for the Northeast. If you're out there like midnight, 11 in North Philly, then yes, you're gonna get fucked up. But if you're around there like 1 or 2 lunch, go visit the spot you used to like when you were a kid, man, people sleep.
Right, that's true.
That is true. But I tell you about the Midwest, y'all better clear it out by 4 o'clock. By 4, they coming out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's when them, back in the day was people.
I'm gonna just say this though. I'm gonna just say this, Sir Charles. You want to do that charity case in the East Coast because you do that shit in the Skid Row in the West Coast. Your charity case is gonna end up being a robbery case or a homicide case.
Hey, what you mean?
It's remember how you said earlier you're making that example of you go back to the hood, you want to do like some charity stuff and give out and give back to the community.
No, I said that.
Oh, you said that the other.
Yeah, I said that, and you're right. You got to be careful with that.
Man,
you know what I mean?
What did I do to you?
Man, you know what you did to me? You didn't. You were hating on the passport bros. That's what happened.
Hey, F them passport bros, bro.
Whoa.
Hey,
another conversation. That's another conversation. Another conversation, y'all.
I got something for that.
Let me just say this real quick. On behalf of the passport bros and expats such as myself, fuck you.
Hey, yo.
That's what I'm saying.
I love the smoke. Let's roll the windows up and turn the heat on.
No.
That's another episode. That's another thing.
Well, hey, gentlemen. Unfortunately, we have to go to final thoughts. So we have to
damn. All right, cool.
But thank you guys for coming up on the panel. And so I guess we'll take it clockwise, Sir Charles. I guess we'll go to you first. What are your final thoughts?
All right. Well, final thought. Listen, this might be going back a ways, and perhaps they've matured since then. But I watched this video, and I don't know if anybody else seen this, where the Migos, they were at a restaurant, and a guy was there with his lady. They were there, tour bus, cameras, everything, out. And they essentially paid the waitress to bribe. I'm going to make my point. They essentially paid the waitress to bribe, to slip the girl their number, right? And essentially shitting on the guy who's sitting there having a date with his lady. Listen, I think these are evil acts, is what I'm saying. And I'm not saying I'm saying when you go back to the hood and you shitting on common people, you never know, who you are among. You can't assume that because you're on the upper echelons of everything in society that a motherfucker can't bring you back down to reality. Right. And I really wish that they would have been more careful and thought this out thoroughly, because shooting dice with regular people in an uncontrolled environment is a bad idea for a multimillionaire. To someone who has a future, they were still relevant, very relevant. So who knows how long they could have ran the play of creating music and being influential in that industry. It's sad. However, we need to understand that there are lessons to pick out of this. And the lesson is don't do stupid things at stupid times in stupid places with stupid people. God damn it. And that's
Thank you so much.
I
agree. Thank you so much, Marcus.
Man, shout out to him, man. Shout out to with Sir Charles. I agree with that. But I appreciate y'all letting me up on the panel. Black Man Unfiltered and Shamiria. Great episode, man. Great show. Oh, and Mandrell too. Good job, man. For being on the sideline. And shout out to DL Saint. And we ain't signing. Great content. Great coverage of it. I appreciate y'all. Respect y'all dynamic as a sister and brother. And go on and conquer and prosper. I know you're doing your thing, Shushu. Again, I know a celebrity. I know another celebrity now. But don't forget about us, wee little folks over here on the other side. So we'll be supporting you no matter what.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Pray! This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
I'm so done.
God damn.
Pray. That's all Marines understand. You got to talk Marine. Rah, rah, rah. Pray. This is my rifle.
Okay. Final thoughts. I got 3 points. So first, again, Shushu, congratulations. I guess now that you're rich and famous, you can't visit Mandrell's broke ass neighborhood no more.
Hey, yo.
Second, I think the cautionary tale here is that even if you're the quiet one, you still are guilty about association. So if you're in that environment, it's your fault, nobody else's. He put himself in that environment. So at the end of the day, he's exposed to the same dangers as everybody else in that environment. So, condolences to his families. But at the end of the day, you really have to monitor the people you're around, because at the end of the day, it can cost you your life. And I think that's the lesson that we need to learn. Secondly, Mandrell Shushu. Thirdly, thank you for allowing me on the platform. Please I beg you to do like a SYSBM and a Black community segment. I would love to come up and give my thoughts. And anyone who has smoke for the SYSBM passport and expat community, in the words of Tupac, fuck you as an artist, fuck you as a record label and a staff. I'm out.
Thank you. We excited to let Carlos. That's gonna have to be a topic.
Yeah, save yourself, Black Man. That's a topic. That's gonna have to be a topic.
Y'all wilding, man. I don't know why I come over here, man. I can't handle y'all, man. I just tell you that right now, man. Y'all are wild. Y'all are wild.
We ain't signing it. Actually, he's a staple of the whole network. Like, he's one person that's invited to. He is more than welcome to every single show. Like, carte blanche. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that brother on my platform. But hey, real talk. This is sad, tragic, but you know what? This isn't the last time. I was looking at that article I was reading from earlier, and it says it right here. Gun violence has killed at least one rapper every year since 2018. Let that sink in for a moment. You want to talk about stats. And they're talking about one famous rapper. They ain't talking about the folks you don't know. You know what I mean? This shit is real. Them boys, all that money and all that fame and all that success and that bright ass future, they still hooked on that life. I'm telling you, that excitement, that street life is a drug. And that drug, unfortunately, sounds like the coolest dude in the crew. It got him bodied. You know what I mean? Like, it got him bodied. And he's out there. You out there with these guys. You know you wrong. And it's like what brother Sir Charles was saying tonight. You got Quavo out there with all the shine on, and he's throwing it, and dude is getting in his pockets. They knew he was going to be there. They had their money. They were like, man, we going to get in his pockets tonight because these dudes gamble. And they hood rich. They touching M's too. And trust me, when they taking his money, they talking shit to him. You know what I mean? Trust me, he's hearing that. And he's going to feel a certain way, like, well, I'm going to get big on you. And whatever you want to believe, according to some outlets, he got beat up. You know what I mean? So you out here, you know what I mean? It's like, well, I'm from the streets. You ain't been in the streets, man. You ain't sharp. You ain't down here every day. You ain't fighting for your life. You over there. So stay over there. You know what I mean? You want to go to Vegas? You don't even need money. Go in there and get you a daggone marker. They'll bring you $1 million in chips. All you got to do is sign the paper. Here, sign here, Mr. Migos. Guys, here you go. Here's $1 million in chips. Good luck. That's Vegas. They'll bring you some more too. If that runs out, they got plenty. You know what I mean? So y'all over here, somebody losing their life over 17,000, which I personally think it was more than that. You know what I mean? I think it was a lot more than that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if it was upwards of $50,000 because that's how them dice games go on the street when you dealing with the real hood niggas. You know what I mean? So hey, y'all, it's sad, but it's just unfortunately that's how we get down in today's world. Rest in peace to Take Off, and condolences to his whole family. And I don't have any solutions, y'all. All I can do is report on what I know, and this is definitely sad. Thanks for having me on, y'all, though. But this is amazing. You know, I mean, I'm always here to support. I love y'all show. I try not to miss any of them.
Thank you, DL. And we still gotta do our show. I got you.
Man, whatever. You done got to. You know what I mean? You's famous now. I'm gonna have my people call your people, and then we gonna have to work something out. You know what I mean? You on a red carpet and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find my people. You know what I mean?
He went to like the Emmys or something like that. Did you go to like the Emmys? It wasn't the Oscars. It was one of those
Grammys when they came.
The Grammys, yeah. It was one of those big award shows she went to. I was like, who's it with you? My attorney. I said, okay, that's how you do it. You go to those events with your attorney present. Exactly. DL.
That's how I do it. It might happen. It might happen. It might happen.
You better know that.
She took her lawyer.
My lawyer right here.
Hey, that's because your sister's smart. I'd have took my lawyer too. Hey, it's just shoot you up there though, y'all. She up there. You're gonna have to learn how to talk Hollywood. You have to talk to her like, listen, the point is this. You gotta emphasize shit a lot. You gotta talk Hollywood to her.
Like Chad, she goes to the Grammys and she takes her lawyer with her. And she has a lawyer with and she went to another red carpet event. Guess who was there with her? Her lawyer.
I was gonna say I can tell you who wasn't there. Mandrell can't take you nowhere. Leave your geeky ass in the house.
You're taking attorney, but you won't take me. That's see. It be your own people, DL. Be your own people.
Shoot, if I ever see you bring your brother to a red carpet event,
right?
I swear to God, this is what I'm. As soon as he come around the corner,
Houston, we have a problem.
Because if you know if that man there, it's gonna be a fucking problem.
Okay.
Yes. Not that Kunye's out of the way. He's been properly destroyed.
He can't go a day without saying that shit, man. He cannot go a day.
I am so happy that dude's in pain. You have no idea. I'm just happy that Sambo is in pain.
They ganged up on me, man, Joe. They tried to bring me over, man. They hit me with the old
join me and together
with that Kanye shit. I'm like, I will not join you. I would not join you. I would not join you. I'm not joining the Sith. I'm gonna stay my ass over here with the great Jedi. You know?
Right. Stay in between.
I'm wasting y'all time, man.
No problem. Thanks for coming up, DL Saint.
Always a pleasure.
And everybody, go to DL Saint. I really want to know podcast, the YouTube channel. DL Saint. I really want to know podcast. Go up there, like and subscribe. Also, thanks to Sir Charles for coming, and thanks to Sir Charles for the Cash App. You are the sponsor of tonight's show. Thank you very much, everyone. The PayPal and the Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. It's not too late to donate to the show.
Right.
We appreciate Cash Apps. We appreciate Super Chats. All that. Support the platform. Support the platform. We appreciate all the money. All the money. Donations. You know, we on Luck actually had him on his show, on his platform.
Yes.
Dr. Umar.
Yes.
Capping as usual.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So your final thoughts of tonight. What's your final thoughts? You want me to go first?
Sure. You can.
I don't know what all the hoopla is about it. The part that bothers me is the way the media is trying to spin this whole thing. That's what bothers me. But as far as the event in question, you know, niggas just gonna be niggas. So you might as well get this money while you bullshit.
You know what? I can't with you.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Find one person in the chat to disagree with me.
Right.
Find one person in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you disagree, 2 in the chat if you agree. Niggas just gonna be niggas.
Listen.
So we might as well get this money while you bullshitting.
Right. I didn't see it, but I definitely want to because I think it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say.
Who?
Said Umar.
I have no interest in what Dr. Umar has to say.
Anyway, for my final thoughts, I will say this to piggyback off of what DL Saint said. It won't be the last time.
It won't.
It's very unfortunate, but it won't be the last time. With social media, we really got to get a cap on trying to show like everybody where we are in real time. When I go out and I go to events and stuff like that, you better believe when I post a picture that I was there 2-3 days ago. Okay. I don't ever post like in real time. You don't ever see lives on my Instagram, my YouTube, or any of that. You don't need to know where I am right here, right now. Like the world doesn't need to know where I am in this moment because you don't know who out there who has a vendetta against you. So you know what I'm saying? They trying to come get me. They know where I am. I'm sorry, these comments.
I know, right? That's what I'm I'm with you on that.
It's unfortunate, and you know, number one, being more cautious of like, you know, posting your location on social media, being more cognizant of that. And then on top of that, like, you know, when you reach a certain level, like even if you're not like, you know, at the top tier, like upper echelon, like even, you know, if you're I say upper middle class and you got people who are in either lower or like still in poor situations, you still have to be careful about going around certain people. You know what I mean? Because the bottom line is, you know, like we were saying earlier, like, you know, your mindset is or should be different from theirs now. Like the hunger, all of that, like that it takes to live in the hood, to exist in the hood. You don't really have that anymore. And they know that. You know what I mean? You're essentially food. And I think it's the whole idea of, oh, well, I'm still me, I'm still down. Yeah. To you probably are, but to them, you are not.
Yeah, you're a whole buffet out here now.
It has nothing to do with thinking that you're better or thinking that you know, oh, I'm better than them now. I'm not like them now. No, it's for your safety. It's for your safety.
Because you thought they were your friends when they grew up. Because I remember Shamir and I had a conversation, and we were talking about when we grew up. She's like, "Yeah, but you had friends, didn't you?" I said, "Nah, they weren't friends."
Right.
You know, these are things you don't see until after you step, you're away from them, and you see how those people really are.
Right.
Like they were the ones who changed on me. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, no, those weren't friends. I was their friend. They weren't mine.
Right. Well,
but yeah,
we'll wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Everybody in the chat.
Thank
you. Huh?
One more thing. If you're gonna do Instagram Live, people, take pictures of where you are and things like that, but post it on Instagram after you're about an hour away from that location.
Right.
Don't post it until you're well away from that entire area.
Not in the moment.
Like, right. You're on the other side of town, and then you post it where you were an hour ago. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And don't live from your house and stuff like that. Stop it.
Right. Well, we have reached our time. Thank y'all. Thank you to the panelists who came up. You guys are amazing. DL Saint, Sir Charles, Marcus, we ain't Sannin. You guys are amazing. And y'all also, you know, check us out next week with another episode of Unapologetic. Tune in tomorrow for the Dustosphere. Welcome to the Dustosphere.
I'm gonna make it to the Dustosphere tomorrow.
Right.
Not live. I'm gonna be at jiu-jitsu.
Right. Then we got Coach K show tomorrow.
Yeah. Get your mind right.
Also we got Barbershop Talk on Friday. So y'all tune in, show you the platform some love. And you know, that's it. Oh yeah. One more thing before we leave. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel too, because I'm starting to do vlogs and stuff now. Like pretty much just documenting a lot of the events and stuff that I do, and like some auditions and like the projects that I book. So y'all do follow me. It's Shumeria, SHUMERRIA. And with that being said, thanks for coming out. God bless y'all. Good night. Peace.
And it's not too late to donate to the Cash App and the PayPal. It's not too late. It's not too late, people. Donate to the platform.